statement, the State Minister acknowledged that both countries are enjoying cordial relationships through several agreements signed to foster economic cooperation. Bianca Ojukwu also thanked the UAE for the large consignment of relief materials it recently donated to support flood victims across Nigeria, as well as vaccines for chickenpox patients to support Nigeria's health institutions. The State Minister disclosed that both countries expect to sign more agreements in the second quarter of this year. National Inland Waterways Authority has cautioned waterway users against non-use of life jackets and late-night sailing to reduce incidences of waterway accidents. Musa Mikel reports that NIWA gave the advice while presenting patrol boat and unveiling of river marshals in Kacha local government area of Niger State.
More than 100 people, mostly women and children, lost their lives on their way to Kacha Market in Niger State from Ibi in Kopa local government area of Kogi State December last year due to night sailing, overloading and non-use of life jacket. To avoid future occurrence, the National Inland Waterways Authority NIWA Niger Kwara area office say this will no longer be allowed, hence the donation of patrol boat and unveiling of river marshals that will monitor waterway transportation in compliance with the Water Transportation Code. The Managing Director, represented by Acting General Manager Special Duties, Dengana Amin, said the agency, as the regulator of inland waterways, will continue to enforce regulations that will bring about safety on waterway transportation.
It's unfortunate that we've been having some mishaps. Most of them are actually avoidable if precautionary measures are taken. And this is just one of the steps that we are doing now to see that the people are conscious, and they're also seeing that NIWA is not leaving them alone. There are other things that are also on the pipeline that will be unveiling as we progress.
The government also on their part are also going to add to the water marshals to complement what NIWA are doing.
The authority assured that the faulters will be severely dealt with, as it will not tolerate any excuses. Musa Mikael, NTA News.
Nigeria has the largest mangrove forest in Africa and the third globally, covering approximately 7% of the world's mangrove area. How we can conserve this eco-wealth and strategically link it to climate action in Nigeria is the crux of this report by Jennifer Igwe.
Integrating conservation of nature's natural defense into the nation's climate action, adaptation strategies, and community resilience is crucial. This is where mangrove forest comes in.
One tree that captures carbon in larger quantities than other trees.
This seminar with the theme, Intersecting World of Climate Change, Mangrove and Art, is aimed at thinking outside the box as the nation amplifies mangrove conservation and restoration.
The extension of these mangroves that have protected the Niger Delta since time immemorial will strengthen more resilient communities, ensuring long-term growth and stability.
Through art, we witness a powerful medium for advocacy, a means to highlight the fragility of our natural ecosystem.
Special guests had sessions with the media where salient issues were raised. Beyond the seminar, an exhibition showing the practicality of using creativity as a channel for awareness on mangrove conservation and climate change is ongoing in Lagos. Jennifer Igwe, NTA News.
We sincerely apologize for poor audio and picture quality in parts of that report. Now moving on, the family of former Nigerian head of state, General Sani Abacha, has reacted to the recently launched autobiography of the former Nigerian president, General Ibrahim Babangida, which fingered General Abacha as a mastermind of the June 12, 1993 annulment. In a statement signed by his eldest son, Mohamed Abacha, the family said it was necessary to react as General Sani Abacha was not the head of government and did not wield the executive powers to dissolve such constitutional process. Mohamed said the response becomes necessary following controversies generated, which may ultimately lead to the distortion of historical accuracy and justice, and appreciated those who stood in defense of their father and what was the truth. The family said General Babangida still remains a bosom friend of General Abacha, even in death, as it is with many of his loyal friends and comrades whom he stood firmly for during his lifetime. Police in Kano State have arrested 4 suspected bandits while attempting to acquire an AK-47 rifle. Elizabeth Yila Lamido reports that 3 of the suspects traveled from Katsina State to Kano, where they were set to meet their local contact.
A team of police detectives acting on intelligence arrested the 4 suspects at a filling station in the Hotoro area of Kano State. Addressing newsmen, the Kano Police Command's Public Relations Officer, SP Abdullahi Haruna Kiawa, said the suspects reportedly traveled to Kano with the purpose of acquiring AK-47 rifle.
These suspects were arrested following credible intelligence information that they came to Kano with intent to buy an AK-47 rifle in order to add to their armory.
A search on their belongings uncovered 3 locally made revolver pistols, 12 rounds of live ammunition, 4 cartridges, 24 bearing balls, 5 knives, a cutlass, and more than 1 million naira in cash. The officers also found items suspected to be charms. SP Haruna Kiawa explained that the suspects are in police custody for further investigation before subsequent arraignment in court. In Kano, Elizabeth Yilalamilu, NTA News.
Corps Marshal, Federal Road Safety Corps, Shehu Mohammed, has ordered the immediate sanction of the Ondo State Sector Commander for compromising safety standards of the Corps' patrol vehicle. This is in reaction to the disturbing video that has gone viral regarding one of its patrol vehicles captured operating with a worn-out tire. Aside other sanctions imposed, the Corps Marshal has ordered that the vehicle be booked for infraction and the sector commander made to pay the fines for negligence. While commending the public for their watchdog role, the Corps Marshal emphasized that such very act is a complete negation of the core values, as well as standard operating procedures on maximum safety standards for all operational and administrative vehicles of the Corps. Barely 3 weeks after launching a manhunt for him, operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, have arrested an automobile spare parts dealer over attempts to export 2 kilograms of cocaine concealed in vehicle propellers heading to Angola. Also, large consignments of opioids and related substances were recovered in Abia, Kano, Benue, Osun, Edo states during the NDLEA raids within the week under review. Sawa Khalil Ibrahim brings us details.
The cocaine consignment, which was scheduled for shipment to Angola, was seized at a logistics company in Lagos. Swift contact were made with Angolan authorities, who in turn arrested the recipient of the illicit drug in Angola, after which the identity of the sender was unraveled and traced to his house in Lagos, where he was attempting to flee in his vehicle. A search of the vehicle led to the recovery of a large quantity of phenacetin, a cutting agent for cocaine, weighing 75.50 kilograms, packed and branded as semolina, was recovered from his house. Meanwhile, NDLEA operatives at the import shed of the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos, have intercepted a cargo of cannabis candies imported from the United Kingdom and meant to be sold at a kiddies mart in Lagos. All parties involved in the shipment have been arrested. In Kano, a 65-year-old man was nabbed with 19.2 kilograms skunk along Gadar Tamburawa Road, while another 60-year-old man was arrested with 212 bottles of codeine-based syrup at Kumbotso Local Government Council area. No fewer than 446,594 pills of tramadol and other opioids, as well as 1,274 bottles of codeine syrup were recovered by NDLEA operatives who raided a house of a 37-year-old female suspect in Abia State. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
The news at 10 is reaching you on NTA News 24. More reports in a moment. Stay with us.
I am Oluremi Tinubu, the global and national Stop TB champion. Many people have asked why I've chosen to champion the fight against a disease like tuberculosis. My reason stems from a deep personal experience. I once had a friend who unfortunately fell ill and concealed the nature of his sickness until it was too late. Eventually, after he passed, we discovered he had tuberculosis. Sadly, due to the stigma and discrimination surrounding the disease, he would not speak up or seek for help. His death was a painful reminder that we could have intervened and saved a life if only we had known earlier. Tuberculosis is an airborne disease that primarily affects the lungs, but can also impact other parts of the body. Being airborne means anyone, regardless of their social economic status, can contract it. In Nigeria, one person dies of TB-related illness every 7 minutes, amounting to 206 deaths every day. Globally, one person succumbs to TB every 25 seconds, which is a staggering 3,456 lives lost daily. These deaths are entirely preventable because TB is curable if detected and treated early. If you or someone you know has been coughing for 2 weeks or more, coughing up blood, experiencing night sweats, or losing weight drastically, it might be TB. Please visit the nearest government hospital or primary healthcare center for proper diagnosis and treatment. TB treatment is free in all government and some private health facilities. Let us also remember not to stigmatize or discriminate against TB patients or those who have been treated for TB. Individuals who have been cured of TB cannot infect others. I call on all stakeholders, especially the private sector, to join us in the fight to end TB in Nigeria. Together, we can make a difference. Remember, TB anywhere is TB everywhere. End TB by 2030. Yes, we can.
Thanks for staying with us. We'll continue the news by reporting that the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetokun, has approved the postings of newly appointed Deputy Inspectors General of Police to key departments and formations within the Nigeria Police Force. A statement by the force indicates that the deployment aims to optimize their experience and expertise, enhancing operational efficiency and strengthening the force's ability to tackle evolving security challenges. According to the posting directive, DIG Sadiq Idris Abubakar has been assigned to the Force Criminal Investigation Department. DIG Benjamin Nebolisa Okolo will now lead the Force Intelligence Department. DIG Williams Adebowale assumes leadership of the Department of Information and Communication Technology. DIG Zigu Yakubu Kwazi takes charge of the Department of Operations. DIG Adebola Ayinde Hamzat has been posted to the Department of Logistics and Supply. DIG Idegu Basil Okwoma will head the Department of Research and Planning. Additionally, the IGP has reassigned DIG Sahabu Abubakar Yahaya as the new head of the Department of Finance and Administration. Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police has expressed confidence in the leadership capabilities of the senior officers, emphasizing that these appointments will further enhance the effectiveness of the Nigeria Police Force. The Catholic bishops have converged on Abuja for first plenary of 2025. Omenka Amarachuku reports that messages of hope, peace and national coexistence among Nigerians was the thrust of the 2025 plenary.
Traditionally, efforts at enhancing the gospel of Jesus Christ have been the major goal of the Catholic bishops in Nigeria, and this year is no different. Here are Catholic bishops using the 2025 plenary section to seek spiritual solutions to the manifold challenges confronting mankind and indeed the Church.
Since our Lord Jesus Christ, Emmanuel, is with us, amidst the storms and the battles of life, we have to fully put our trust in Him and His divine ability to heal an ailing nation like ours.
I urge that we remain steadfast in faith, united in purpose, and committed to building a Nigeria where love, peace, and justice prevail. May this plenary session be a time of divine inspiration and renewed dedication to our collective mission as the body of Christ in Nigeria.
Catholic Archbishop of Abuja, Most Reverend Ignatius Kaigama, in his homily reminded the faithful to use the Lenten season to choose the path of purity and consecration.
If we pray and fast, but continue to hurt others who are vulnerable, our fasting and prayers are meaningless.
With the theme, Jubilee of Hope, a Light for Nigeria, the occasion witnessed prayers for coexistence among Nigerians. In Abuja, Omenka Amarachuku, NTA News.
Improving productivity level among Nigerians is one of the vital measures the federal government is adopting to propel economic growth. Already, the National Productivity Center is inculcating productivity consciousness at the secondary school level, which was out to test at the FCT 2025 Productivity Club Quiz Competition. Joseph Osen reports.
Hey, is that the final answer? Yes, sir. Correct.
Secondary school students showcasing their knowledge on what it takes to be productive. They came from different schools where the National Productivity Center has established productivity clubs so far with the aim of building productivity consciousness among young Nigerians.
So participating in this quiz, we are asked to read on multiple various tasks, and which were very helpful, not just for answering quiz questions sake, but also for personal improvement in work, in school, and also in house chores.
You have to be creative. Learn how to solve problems around you. And also, don't think you're better than others. Anywhere you go, carry others along. That's one thing I've learned.
In the economical aspect, is creation and addition of value to yourself and to other people.
It's going to arouse more spirit of competitiveness, and it's a motivation for other students who were not even able to come and participate, because from the whole club members you have to choose just 4 to come and 2 to participate. So I discovered that within these 2 weeks of preparation, so many students started showing interest more in the club because they want to be one of those that will go out to compete.
Every year, the Productivity Center tests productivity potential of the students across the country, with schools who emerge winners in their states competing at the national level.
and thank the organizers of this event. The Corporate Affairs and Information Department for rejuvenating the mindset of our youth towards productivity and quality productivity is the only key to the economic growth and development. We all seek as a nation, it must therefore be imbibed by almost especially the youth.
After putting the students to test, Government Day Secondary School, Dutse Alhaji, emerged the winner, FCT 2025 Productivity Club Quiz Competition. In Abuja, Joseph Utsen, NTA News.
The federal government has adopted the Tai Solarin University of Education, TASUD, in Ijagun, Ogun State, as a federal university. Established by the Ogun State government in 2005, TASUD holds the distinguished position as Nigeria's first specialized university of education. It was named after Dr. Tai Solarin, a revered activist and the founder of Mayflower School in Ikenne. A statement issued by Special Advisor to the President, Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, states that as a federal institution, TASUD will be the first federally owned tertiary school in Ogun East Senatorial District. President Tinubu thanked the Ogun State government for inviting the federal government to take over the school, one of the state's best educational assets. President Tinubu emphasized that TASUD's transition into a federal university of education is a strategic step in the federal government's commitment to bolster teacher education and enhance the quality of instruction across all educational levels. And now, have you ever imagined a poor widow being robbed and deprived of a little source of livelihood? Unfortunately, some have been victims, and there could be others who would be victims in waiting. Did I hear you say such is the dynamics of life? Olushe Adiagbo in this next report examines the interventions of a non-governmental organization, Helpline Social Support Initiative, who makes it a point of duty to provide some vulnerable women in Buhari area of the FCT who are mostly widows with a shoulder to lean on.
Buhari Women Group, with over 50 women membership, most of whom are widows, is one of the several clusters of women from across FCT and neighboring states of Kogi, Nasarawa and Niger that Helpline Social Support Initiative Abuja has continued to rebuild their lives for more than 2 decades. Ajara Usman Adejo lost her husband, leaving her with 6 children.
I was busy crying every day because I don't have anything to do and I have children.
Her story is no different from most of these women who have been practically abandoned. But then light came at the end of the tunnel with succor from Helpline Social Support Initiative Abuja. The intervention provides machine needed to process cassava with other empowerment programs and skills acquisition, including a revolving loan scheme.
The one that empowered me most was the benefit. And by the grace of God, with that benefit, I was able to train my 6 children to university level. They have finished, they have even served. So I thank Helpline. And I thank
While the story gets better, then comes a setback.
We're doing the Gari there before armed robbers now came and carted away our equipment like the frying pot and then the jug. The jug, we had 3. They went away with 2.
Resilience is the watchword as the interventions of the Helpline Social Support Initiative continued a revival mission of the program, and the years of effort have finally paid off.
To see that they have a voice in Nigeria. Buhari Women Cluster Processing Center.
Dr. Jumai now came and bought this place, built this place, and then gave us more equipment. So we are so happy having this place of our own.
This place, we are in the midst of people where we have more manpower. The environment is very, very conducive, very comfortable. And to even crown it all, Dr. Jumai, God will bless her for us. She made effort to give us a borehole. So I believe by the grace of God, we will move higher in our production.
To these vulnerable women and supporters of the project, the Buhari Women's Skills Acquisition and Processing Center is a dream come true.
So let's work together to dismantle the barriers that hinder women's progress. Today, we can create a society where women are not only participants but leaders in all areas of life.
The road may be long, but together we will continue to forge pathways of empowerment for every woman, ensuring that they have the tools to reshape their futures.
When you empower women, you give her a voice.
Partners including LCT Women Affairs Secretariat, Dr. Dayo Benjamin Lanier, and Tim Ramoto, a foundation of the former Minister of State FCT, among others, say the initiative is remarkable, even as they share optimism that the center will respond to challenges and be a platform for education as well as entrepreneurial growth. In Abuja, Olusheye Adiagbo, NTA News.
It's time now for another break. We have more stories when we return. Stay with us.
Our major currency unit is the Naira, while the minor unit is the Kobo. They are both in notes and coins. The Naira is more than just a medium of exchange. It bears the images of our heroes. So, stop abusing the Naira. It is a criminal offense to spray the Naira at events. Stop stepping on the Naira. It's not your enemy. Do not squeeze, ruffle, or write on the Naira. Handling the Naira with dirty or oily hands can deface the Naira. Love the Naira as you love yourself. Be a real Nigerian.
This message was brought to you by the National Orientation Agency, NOA.
Thanks for staying with us. The Center for Transparency Advocacy is urging Nigerians, especially the female gender, to take advantage of the provisions of the Freedom of Information Act 2011 to expedite their integration into political and governance activities. Executive Director of the Center, Faith Nwadishi, offered the counsel at a stakeholders town hall meeting in Abuja. She emphasized that the increased utilization of the Act by Nigerian women would effectively eliminate the systemic barriers and prejudices encountered by women in both personal and professional realms, especially in the face of the present administration's efforts towards deepening openness in the conduct of government businesses.
Again, government is open to everybody, and for us to fight corruption, we need this act to fight corruption.
This justifies the importance of this stakeholders meeting, where we have come together to share experiences, build knowledge, and develop strategies for leveraging the FOIA to promote women's rights, equity, and inclusion in the fight against corruption.
Participants emphasized that a push for accelerated action should not be exclusive to women, asserting that both genders must ensure that women are not subjected to any form of discrimination. Case fatalities linked to Lassa fever are increasing in Nigeria as the National Center for Disease Control confirmed 3 new deaths increasing cases recorded in 2025 to 98. The epidemiology report of the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention also explains a confirmed case being linked with international travel. A 31-year-old physician managed at a private health facility in Ondo State after returning from a trip abroad. The patient, who departed the country on February 19th and returned on 27th same month, later passed away in the early hours of Saturday, 1st of March 2025. In the week 9 of the year, the NCDC Lassa fever epidemiology reports released in Abuja, Nigeria, have now recorded 2,728 suspected cases, 535 confirmed cases across 14 states in Nigeria, putting case fatality rate at 18.3%. 5 states, Ondo, Bauchi, Edo, Taraba and Ebonyi, account for 91% of confirmed cases. The NCDC say it is strengthening surveillance nationwide to enhance accuracy of detection and timely reporting of not just cases of Lassa fever, but all other diseases in the country. In line with the renewed hope agenda, the federal government has inaugurated an ultra-modern cancer center to tackle the health needs of citizens, as well as scale up research and training to close brain drain in the health sector. Kanayo Okoro reports that the center has so far treated 207 cancer patients free of charge.
The inauguration of the ultra-modern cancer center at the David Umahi Federal University of Health Sciences, equipped with the state-of-the-art facilities for cancer research, training and patient care, operates with a multidisciplinary team of medical experts. President Bola Tinubu, who was represented by the Minister of Works, explained that his administration will continue to work to strengthen education and revive the health sector to align with international standards as to end medical tourism.
Mr. President would have been very, very excited with state-of-the-art of the equipment in this hospital. He will be happy to see the investment he has made since he came to office in 2023. He has improved a lot.
Every individual deserves access to quality healthcare. We believe that by working together, we can make a meaningful difference in the lives of our people.
I am delighted to see this project come to fulfillment in Ebonyi State.
Outlining how the center will impact the health sector, the Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Jesse Uneke, and others say the initiative will rejig the sector and integrate scientific theory and equip students with modern skills as to compete favorably with their peers all over the world.
The center will undertake cutting-edge research in cancer with latest technologies and advanced evidence-based practice through the following ways. Number 1, performing rigorous periodic cancer surveillance and basic scientific research to discover the causes and mechanism of cancer and to understand the molecular changes that occur in cancer initiation and progression. Translating the discoveries and advances in research rapidly from the laboratory to the clinic to develop life-saving and life-prolonging interventions for the people with cancer.
Some pioneer students of the institution were given commendation letters and undisclosed amount of money for exceptional performance in their different courses. In Abakaliki, Kanayo Okoro, NTA News.
The Federal Ministry of Women Affairs has firmly rejected recent allegations suggesting that survivors of sexual and gender-based violence under its care have been neglected. A statement by the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, says the claims circulated in a viral video are misleading and undermine the ministry's structured efforts to protect and support survivors. The statement adds that by constitutional mandate, state governments are responsible for managing sexual and gender-based violence shelters and survivor support services through their respective state ministries of women affairs. It highlighted some ongoing efforts to support survivors, which included that of conducting a nationwide needs assessment in Kano, Lagos, Nasarawa, and the FCT to identify service gaps. This assessment informed the ministry's targeted interventions, allowing resources to be allocated where needed most and strengthening collaboration with state authorities. A golden milestone, a lifetime of achievement, and a story of inspiration. Meet identical twin sisters Mariam Kehinde Okesanjo and a seasoned broadcaster with a background in law, and Shekinat Taiwo Okesanjo, a dedicated pediatric nurse in the UK, who are celebrating a remarkable 50 years on earth together. More so, what better way to mark this special day than with the launch of Miriam's brand new book, MKO, The Brand. Correspondent Ibrahim Dan Hamidu tells us more.
There are over 13 million sets of twins worldwide, but only a tiny fraction of them share the extraordinary bond and achievements of identical twin sisters Mariam Kehinde Okesanjo and Shekinat Taiwo Okesanjo. As they celebrate their 50th birthday, they are marking a milestone in a lifetime of shared experiences, unique connection, and remarkable accomplishments. Today, friends, family, loved ones, and colleagues celebrate not only their birthday, but also the launch of Mariam's brand new book, MKO, The Brand. A heartwarming and inspiring tale of resilience, determination, and faith.
I've been through a lot, but by the grace of God, I'm 50 years and I'm still standing tall, alive, hale and hearty. All glory to God.
From their childhood memories to their career paths, Mariam and Shekinat shared with us the ups and downs of their journey and how their twin bond has been a constant source of strength and inspiration.
Beginning of success is first believing in yourself. You've got to believe that I can do it, I have what it takes. That you trust God to see you through, to support you all the way.
We celebrate not just 50 years of an extraordinary life, but the enduring legacy of a woman who has touched countless lives, inspiring us all to believe that what God cannot do truly does not exist.
Those twins demonstrated characters that showed that they were well brought up from a good family, a good, amazing Okesanjo family.
I'm proud of my sister for her achievement. When someone comes out to tell their story, it's still something. I am very proud of you, Kenny. Well done.
And this will inspire the younger generations to know that broadcasting is a very noble profession, that as a broadcaster you go through so many life experiences that help mold your person, your personality, and then make you the person you are.
In Abuja, I'm Ibrahim Hamidu, NTA News.
Now, hope is a concept Islam encourages in all difficult situations, as Allah promises relief after every hardship, as His mercy is all-encompassing. This is the crux of the message delivered by Professor Lukman Zakaria during the annual Ramadan lecture organized by the Islamic Medical Association of Nigeria, FCT chapter, in collaboration with National Hospital, Abuja. Ibrahim Bello Gunda reports.
The Ramadan lecture with the topic, Verily, with every hardship is relief, delivered by Professor Lukman Zakaria, Imam National Mosque Abuja and Professor of Islamic Jurisprudence, University of Abuja, dwelt on how Allah tests the faith of His servants, including Prophet in various forms, and how they emerge triumphant. He enjoined believers to have hope and be patient in whatever situation they find themselves, as good tidings await them on earth and hereafter.
The slogan of the government is to renew hope, and that hope is what we call Yusr.
the relief that Islam promises. That whenever we have hardship, there is relief. We just need to be patient and to continue praying to Allah, and also to look inward of what we are doing wrong, and we purify our souls.
Other speakers during the Ramadan lecture also highlight the need to be steadfast during calamity and contribute to stopping societal ills to continue to enjoy Allah's favor.
Very much far-reaching towards changing. We aim at changing the culture. And then now let us understand why it is important. We are able to understand that each and every one of us can change. The change can start with me, and then I can extend it. And I think this is the whole essence, and we have learned from it.
God Almighty will bring relief when we are patient and we adjust ourselves to make sure that we have the fear of God in us, we abide by rules and regulations, and we do what is important for us to do. We shun all vices.
There were questions and answers with spiritual upliftment to understand why Allah will continue to test his servants, as well as open new doors for them to thrive if they truly keep faith in him by being each other's keeper. In Abuja, Ibrahim Bello Gunda, NTA News.
Similarly, the Jigawa State Ramadan Iftar Supervision Committee, chaired by the State Deputy Governor Aminu Usman, says the 4.4 billion naira is earmarked for statewide 2025 Ramadan feeding program. The Deputy Governor, in company of the Secretary to the State Government, Bala Ibrahim, went round some feeding centers at the outskirts of Dutse to see how the program is being handled. Muhammad Musa Askira reports.
The Jigawa State government has launched a feeding program aimed at alleviating the suffering of the masses during the holy month of Ramadan. Deputy Governor Aminu Usman, who also chairs the supervision committee, inspected various centers and observed how beneficiaries were being assisted with food to break their fast. The program's menu includes beans cake, jollof rice and porridge. Deputy Governor Usman emphasized the importance of increasing the food ratio to satisfy the beneficiaries, ensuring they receive adequate support during this sacred period. Beyond providing essential nutrition, the program also aims to boost the local economy by employing over 10,000 people involved in the initiative for at least a month.
The quantity of what they are given is okay, as we see, but we want them to at least improve so that people will be taking it. So that is exactly what we made today. And this is part of what His Excellency, the Governor of Jigawa State, Malam Umar Enamadi, that initiated for this Ramadan feeding.
We thank the Governor for this initiative.
This effort demonstrates the state government's commitments to supporting its citizens and promoting economic growth in the state. From Dutse, Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA News.
This is the news at 10 on NTA News 24. Here is another look at our top stories. Nigeria and United Arab Emirates set to address persistent visa challenges. National Inland Waterways Authority presents patrol boats to Niger State community to curb boat mishaps.
We've been having some mishaps. Most of them are actually avoidable.
Lassa fever. National Center for Disease Control confirms death of UK returnee and 3 others. Abacha family refutes claim former Nigerian head of state masterminded June 12 annulment.
This is NTA News 24.
The Conference of Professionals in the People's Democratic Party has described the appointment of the South-South Zonal Caretaker Committee by the party's National Working Committee as constitutional and a step taken in the right direction to ensure the unity and stability of the party in the zone. A statement issued in Abuja by its pro-tem national coordinator, Obinna Nwachukwu, the PDP professionals noted that the appointment of the South Zonal Caretaker Committee to take charge of the party in the zone following the expiration of the tenure of the current zonal executive on Sunday, March 9, 2025, is within the powers of the National Working Committee as provided under the Constitution of the PDP as amended in 2017, so as to ensure that there is no vacuum in that zonal chapter. It called on the National Working Committee to accelerate action for a speedy conduct of the party's pending zonal congresses to elect zonal executives in the South-South as well as the North-Central and South-West zones. As the world marked International Women's Day, the Female Artists Association of Nigeria honored outstanding women in their arts alongside institutions that have supported their work. The Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, was among those recognized for its outstanding institutional support for women in the arts. Gufan Shaji Ugwanyi reports.
The awards ceremony, attended by dignitaries, artists and art enthusiasts, celebrated women's contribution to the Nigerian art scene.
The artwork is enough to go around. I've been a kind of person that has been bothered about how greedy we are as a people. Like we compete rather than collaborate.
The Nigerian Television Authority's commitment to amplifying women's voices and perspectives through programming was highlighted during the ceremony.
Congratulations to Nigerian Television. Very nice. Thank you very much for this award. NTA is always committed to amplifying the arts, especially female artists. And now that we celebrate International Women's Day, it's a great time to accept this award on behalf of our DG and all of the staff of NTA. Thank you.
The evening provided a platform for women artists to network, shine and receive recognition.
And do you know what these colors represent? These are the exact color wheel of an immunization chart. Because if you don't have the creativity, even if you have all these avenues that I mentioned, you will not be able to perform and produce anything that will be enticing to your viewer.
The Female Artists Association of Nigeria's initiative aims to create a more inclusive and equitable art world where women's voices and perspectives are valued and celebrated. In Abuja, Gufan Shaji Ugwanyi, NTA News.
Now let's take some foreign news. Israel halts Gaza electricity supply ahead of truce talks. Syria's leader promises to hold accountable anyone involved in civilian bloodshed. Ekenendu Lue has details on the foreign scene.
Israel ordered an immediate halt to Gaza's electricity supply on Sunday in an effort to pressure Hamas into releasing hostages, even as it prepared for fresh talks on the future of its truce with Hamas. Israel's decision comes a week after it blocked all aid supplies to the war-battered territory, a move reminiscent of the initial days of the war when Israel announced a siege on Gaza. Hamas described the electricity cut as blackmail, a term it had also used after Israel blocked humanitarian aid. The truce's initial phase ended on March 1, and both sides have avoided a return to all-out war, despite sporadic violence, including an airstrike on Sunday that Israel said targeted militants. Hamas has repeatedly called for an immediate start to negotiations on the ceasefire's second phase, aiming to end the war permanently. Israel says it prefers extending phase 1 until mid-April and halted aid to Gaza over the impasse. Syria's leader Ahmed al-Shara on Sunday vowed accountability and an investigation after the killing of Alawite civilians triggered an international backlash against the worst violence since Bashar al-Assad's overthrow. In its latest toll, The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights War Monitor said 830 Alawite civilians were killed in executions carried out by security personnel or pro-government fighters in the coastal provinces of Latakia and Tartus. The Mediterranean area is the heartland of the Alawite minority community, to which Assad, the toppled president, belongs. United Nations Rights Chief Volker Turk said the killings must cease immediately, while the Arab League, the United Nations, the United States, Britain, and other governments have condemned the violence.
And that's the news at 10 on NTA News 24. Thanks for watching. I am Stella Inameti. Good morning.